As I mentioned just a minute ago, this is the topic of the ARES presentation today. It's our Emergency Operations Communications Plan, and every member of WCARES should really have a copy of this. You can go to our webpage. We turn this on. And up here where it says join in, there it is right there. You can download a PDF copy, print it out, put it with your documentation in your shack, and put a copy in your Go Kit. Let me turn this radio off. And if everybody would please mute yourselves. This plan was developed a couple of years ago, updating the previous plan. But as you know, we're a public service organization established for the primary purpose of organizing and training licensed amateur radio operators to serve as a reliable emergency communication support system for Williamson County and the surrounding areas. And our designated primary served agency is the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency. In order to fully participate, everybody needs to be familiar with NIMS and ICS. And not only WCARES, but the EMA requires all of our members that participate to have taken these 4 ICS courses. They're not hard. They take you about an hour and a half apiece. And these courses are included in our task book. If you go back to that webpage, if you hadn't started your task book yet, go back up here, and that's where you download the task book, is right there. Any decision to activate this plan and deploy WCARES resources will be made jointly by the EC at the time or his designated representative and the EMA director or his designated person. That would be Bill or Todd. In the event that we are activated, the members will be contacted by the EC or his representative based on their qualifications. And here again, this is another reason you need to complete the task book so that we know who is proficient at what level. And once we are activated, the net system will go into directed nets. If you've been deployed to a location to serve one of our served agencies, it's because you've got skills that are needed at that location. And I want to caution everybody that should you be deployed, don't get involved in stuff that's outside of your designated purpose for being there. We've been over this in the past, repeater out procedures. There's a lot of stuff in this plan, and I urge everybody to read it. And I'm just hitting the high points this morning. But if one of our 5 repeaters is out, switch to the one that's closest to you. Another reason to have all of them in your radios. If the repeaters are out right now, the backup is Bobcat Ridge. And if it's out, Simplex, 146, 505, and 446 Simplex. So everybody needs to have at least all of these frequencies in all of your radios. In the event that we are deployed and we have to communicate outside the area, we've got these 2 HF frequencies that are designated as our standard day and night frequencies. We can also use Tennessee ARES frequencies. For message handling, we no longer use the yellow and green ARRL form. We use ICS forms, the log, the 309, the 215, 214, and copies of these are included at the back of the plan. So you need to print those out and have you a copy, a stash of those. There's a great discussion on go kits and drop kits in the plan. I'm not going to go through it, but it talks about what you ought to have in a short term and a long term go kit or drop kit, as well as personal provisions for short term and long term. Just a quick word on dealing with media personnel. The media is great about showing up, and they'll start asking anybody they can snag. And I just want to caution everybody to, if you are in an event, a shelter, a disaster site, point the media towards the PIO. Don't start answering questions from the media. Send them to the designated person. The plan is a great plan. It needs a little updating, as with everything that's out there that's a live document. But the current copy will be on the website. All of the changes are noted in the front of it, so you can look at it and see if you've got an out-of-date version. So with that, I'll stop the share and see if anybody's got any questions. Well, everybody's got it, and they're ready for the test, huh?
Hey, Ed, Laura asked a question in the chat room asking if 6 meters will be added to the plan as an alternate frequency.
Not for an emergency situation, I don't think. We've proved that. Yeah, I see the chat down there now. I couldn't see it when I was sharing. But with the terrain in our county, 6 meter coverage is pretty iffy. It's fine to use it as a net as long as the net control person sets up an alternate in each of the quadrants, or you might need more than 4 alternates to effectively cover the county. Any other questions? All right. Well, like I said, I urge everybody to go get a copy of it, print it out, and put it with your stuff. Put it in your go kits.